Hello, good morning. I'm Mr. Chiu. Let's continue to talk about the Pythagoras theorem. Last time we talked about a triangle. Now this triangle is just a triangle, not special. But if I give you one information, which is this angle, if this angle is given to you, note that this symbol a square means that it is a right angle. The size is 90 degrees. When we've got this angle, we can call this not just a triangle. We can call this a right angle triangle. And for right angle triangle, we can use a very special, very useful theorem. We call this the Pythagoras theorem. Now, first of all, for this right angle triangle, there are three sides. 1, 2, 3. So one of them is very special. It has a name, a very long name. Do you remember the name? Start with H. Yes, the hypotenuse. Do you know which one is the hypotenuse? This one, or this one? Yes, it should be this one. We call this the hypotenuse. How do you know that this one is the hypotenuse but not this one, not this one? Because the hypotenuse must be the one opposite to the right angle. They don't touch each other. But this one, you see that this one is next to the right angle. They obviously touching each other. And also this one, also next to the right angle. They touch each other. Only this one is far apart from this angle. They don't touch each other. So we call this the hypotenuse. And for a right angle triangle, instead of the hypotenuse, we've got two more sides. Do you remember how do we name these two sides? What is the name? What is the name? We could simply call them leg. And this is also leg. So we have a hypotenuse and we have two legs. So the Pythagoras theorem is the way to form an equation relating these three sides. We always start from where? Which one? From this leg, or hypotenuse? Yes, always start from the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square. Put a square to the hypotenuse equals to the sum of what? The sum of the legs square. This legs square and this legs square. Hypotenuse square equals to the sum of the legs square. So this is the Pythagoras theorem. When you use this theorem, pay attention to where to start. You must start with the hypotenuse, not the leg. Okay? So let's look at an example. Example number 1. If you are given this right angle triangle, you know that the hypotenuse is x and the leg is 4 and 3. So are you able to find x? Of course, you're going to use the Pythagoras theorem. So which one to start? 3, 4, or x? Yes, you must start from x squared. You always start from the hypotenuse. X squared equals to, remember how to write, equals to what? The sum of the legs square, 3 square and 4 square. So of course you could tell me what is 3 square? 3 square means what? 3 times 3, which is 9. And then 4 square means 4 times 4, which is 16. So let's continue the calculation. 9 plus 16, we know that it equals to 25. Now, x squared equals to 25, then what about x? How to get rid of the square? If you don't want the square, you move it to the other side, it becomes what? Square root, that's right, it becomes a square root here. So square root of 25, square root 25, what is that? Oh, very nice, it's 5. So then we have x equals to 5. And then we could stop here. Okay, so this is an example how to use the Pythagoras theorem. Now, let's continue. Again, a right angle triangle. You see the right angle here? So that this time you're given that this is 5, this is y, unknown, and this is 10. Okay, enough information. So are you able to do something to set up an equation to find the unknown y? So first of all, what to start? Which one to start with? Should it be 5, y, or 10? Which one? Y? 5 or 10? Which one is the hypotenuse? Notice that it should be the one opposing to the right angle. Not this one, because 5 is touching the right angle and also y is touching the right angle. Only this one is far apart from the right angle. So you should start from 10. Hypotenuse square, 10 square equals to the sum of what? Legs. This one is the leg, this one is also the leg. Legs square, y square plus 5 square. Okay? Now, let's try to simplify. Do you know what is 10 square? 10 square doesn't mean 10 times 2. It should be 10 times 10. So the 10 times 10 is 100. Y square is just y square, but what about 5 square? Is it 5 times 2? No, it means 5 times 5, so that it should be 25. Okay? And now, we want to know what is y. So these are obstacles. These are something extra. Can you please remove it? Bring this whole term, positive 25, to the left-hand side. It becomes what? It becomes negative 25. That's right. 100, when you move this positive 25 to the other side, it becomes negative 25. So that we have 100 minus 25. What is that? 75. 75 equals to y square. Okay, 75 equals to y square. So we want to know what is y. We don't want to have the square here. So what to do? Bring the square to the other side and it becomes a square root. So that we have y equal to square root of 75. So now let's use calculator. Square root of 75. What is that? Oh, it is not like nice, so long. 8.660254038. Now, we need to give our answer in a nice way. Correct to 3 significance. So you should start from the first number, 8 to 3. So this 3. So you're going to check the next number, 0. Is it big enough? No, not big enough. So you do not need to add 1. Therefore, you should give your answer as 8.66. You should give your answer as 8.66, and this is an approximated value, so you have to write down how accurate it is. The level of accuracy is corrected to 3 significant figure. Okay? Now, let's look at some more examples. This one. Is it a right angle triangle? No, not yet. We don't know. We don't have a right angle. But if the right angle is given to you, it is a right angle triangle. We could use the Pythagoras. So, this time you're given 9, x, and 6. So, are you able to use Pythagoras theorem? What to start with? Which one to start with? Should you start from 6 or x or 9? Which one? Which one is the hypotenuse? Yes, it should be 9. 9 is opposite to the right angle. You should write down 9 square. 9 square equals to the sum of what? This one is the hypotenuse. So these two are the legs. 9 square equals to 6 square plus 8x square. Alright? Now, do you know what is 9 square? Is it 9 times 2? No, not 9 times 2. The square means times itself, 2 times. So 2 of the 9 times together, it should be 9 times 9. And likewise, 6 square means 2 of the 6 times together, 6 times 6. 9 times 9 is 81. 6 times 6 is 36. So we've got this. 81 equals to 36 plus x squared. Now we want to know what is x, so we have to keep the x here, but the other things you have to get rid of them. So this is what? Is it positive 36 or negative 36? Positive, there's no sign in front. It means it is positive. When you bring the positive 36 to the other side, it becomes, becomes negative 81 when you bring the 36 positive to the other side, it becomes negative 36. So 81 minus 36. 81 minus 36 becomes 45. So that we have 45 equals to just x squared. Alright? And then, to get rid of the square, we want x only, not x squared. Bring the square to the other side, becomes square root of 45. Okay? Square root of 45. What is that? Oh, also a not very nice number. So long. So we've got something very long like this. Okay, we are supposed to give our answer in 3 significant figures. So we have to start from the first non-zero number, 1, 2, and 3. So these 3. Now let's check. The next number is 8. Is it big enough? Yes, it's more than 5. So then we have to add 1 to the last number. You should give your answer as 6.71. 6.71. Okay? Because this is an approximated value, not the real, not the exact value. So you have to write down how accurate is your answer. Your answer is corrected to 3 significant figures. Okay? Now, look at this. Is it a right angle triangle? No, not yet. But if I tell you that this angle has a symbol like this, then it is a right angle triangle. This angle, the size is 90 degrees. So, and I'm gonna tell you that this is A, this is 4, and this is 8. So are you able to write down the equation to tell the relationship among them? Which one to start with? 4, 8, or A? Which one is the hypotenuse? Yes, it should be this one, because this one is oppositing to the right angle. So you should start from 8 squared equals to the sum of what? The legs square. 4 squared and A squared. Or A squared plus 4 squared. The order doesn't matter as long as they add up together. Okay, so x squared, does it mean x times 2? No, the square means 2 of the x times together. So it should be x times 8, which is 64. And then, what about 4 square? 4 square means 2 of the 4 times together. 4 times 4, it becomes 16. Okay? Now, what should we do next? Yeah, we want to know what is A. So these are something extra. We have to bring this term positive 16 to the other side, and it becomes negative 16. Yes, so 64 minus 16 becomes A squared. 64 minus 16, 64 minus 16, 48. So we've got 48 here. 48 is A squared. And then that means A equals to square root of 48. Bring the square to the other side, becomes square root. So square root 48, what is that? Oh, this is not nice. So long, we have to give our answer in 3 significant. So start from the first non-zero number, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna take 6.92 and wait, you have to check the next number. 8, is it big enough? Yes, it's big enough, more than 5. So the last number, we have to add 1. No longer 2, but you have to use 3. 6.93. You should give your answer as 6.93. And this is not an exact, not the true value. It is an approximated value. It means a very near value to the actual answer. You have to write down how accurate it is. It is corrected to 3 significant figures. Alright? So there's one more thing that I would like to remind you today. Square and square root could be cancelled each other. So when they come across to each other like this, square root of 16 square and square root could be cancelled each other, so that the result will become just 16. So what about the second one? Are you able to simplify this? Square and square root, yes, could be cancelled out. So the result will become just 22, and this one, the result will become 40. What about the last one? Could you simplify this? Square and square root, they just enemy to each other. They could eliminate each other, so that the result will become just x. Okay? Now, let's look at some more examples. Now, triangle, right? But not a right angle triangle yet. But with this symbol, it is a right angle triangle. So this side is x, this side is 6, and this side is, square root of 21. Now, are you able to set up the equation? Where to start? So start from here, here, or there. Yes, the hypotenuse is x. You should start from x. X squared equals to the sum of the legs square. So this is root 21. Root 21 square, and this 6, so plus 6 square. The legs square. Alright? So now, for this one, are you able to simplify this? What to do with the square and square root? Yes, they could be cancelled out each other, so that we have just 21 left behind. And 6 square, what is that? Is it 12? No, not 6 times 2. 6 square means 2 of the 6 times together. 6 times 6, which is 36. So 21 plus 36 becomes 57. Now, we want to know x only, not x squared. Bring the square to the other side. It becomes root 57. So calculator, root 57. 7.5 something, very long. So we need to give our answer in 3 significant. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna take these 3 numbers, but we have to check the next number. It is 9. So it is big enough. Therefore, the last number, we have to add 1. It should not be 4. We should use 5. So you should use the answer 7.55. 7.55, this answer is corrected to 3 significant figures. Okay, so today your homework is to do this exercise. Oh no, this is the classwork. The worksheet, yes, this one. No. Worksheet 3. This is your homework tonight. And I'm gonna show you some examples. So let's look at the first one here. Note that in this exercise, you should give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Okay? Now, let's start from number 1. Yes, we have a right angle here. This is a right angle. So x is the hypotenuse. And x and 7, they are just legs. So first of all, set up the equation. Start from the hypotenuse. We know that x squared equals to the sum of the leg square, x squared plus 7 squared. Okay? Using Pythagoras theorem. And now, without calculator, do you know what is x squared? Means 8 times 8, which is 64. What about 7 squared? Means 7 times 7, which is 49, right? Now, we're gonna keep the x here, x squared. We are gonna combine the numbers. So let's bring the 49 positive to here, so that we have 64 positive 49. Bring it to the other side, becomes negative 49. Okay, so 64 minus what? Minus 49. It is 15. We have 15 equals to x squared. Okay, remember what to do next. Bring the square, we don't want the square, to the other side. We have square root of 15 equals to x. Okay? So, square root of 15. Very long. So we're gonna take 3 significant. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna check the next number. It is 2. Is it big enough? No, it's not big enough. So therefore, you do not need to add 1. You can just use 3.87. So that you may write x equals to 3.87. And you have to tell people that this is corrected. You can use the abbreviation CORR dot to 3 significant figures using the abbreviation. Okay? Now I'm gonna show you what about one more. Number 5, this one. Number 5. Okay? So again we have a right angle here, so it's safe. We could use the Pythagoras theorem. So which one is the hypotenuse? Which one to start with? Yes, the one opposite to the right angle. X is the hypotenuse. So x squared equals to the sum of the leg. The first leg is root 130. So the legs square plus the other legs square. Okay, so x squared equals to, first of all, are you able to simplify this? Square and square root could be cancelled out, so we have 130 plus, what about 15 square? 15 square means 15 times 15, not 15 times 2. 15 times 15. So 15 times 15. What is that? 225. We have 130 plus 225. 225 here plus 130. 355. So that we have x squared equals to 355. Okay? We want to know what is x. We don't want to have the square, so bring it to the other side. It becomes square root 355. And then square root of 355. Look at this. So long. Now we're going to take 3 significant figures. 1, 2, and then 3. So we're going to take these 3 numbers, but wait, we have to check the next number. Is it big enough? 4? No, 4 is not big enough, so we can just ignore it. We do not need to add 1 to the last number. You could just use 18.8. So that we have x equal to 18.8. Stop here. And don't forget that to write corrected to 3 significant figures. Okay? So like last time, today you're gonna do the math. You can do it on a paper, and then after that take a picture and then hand in Google Classroom. So see you next time. Bye bye.